If your legs feel swollen every afternoon, if cramps pull you awake at 2 a.m., and if you're wondering why walking feels harder lately even though you haven't changed your routine, this video may be exactly what your body has been quietly asking for. As a doctor who has worked with older adults for over 2 decades, I've seen how small changes like a warm bowl of the right soup can bring big relief. Let me tell you about Mrs. Eleanor. She was 74, a retired teacher from Michigan, bright, curious, and tired. Her blood tests were normal. Her medication hadn't changed, but still her legs swelled. Her sleep was broken. She felt stuck. Instead of adding another pill, I suggested something ancient and gentle, a collagen-rich Japanese soup. She was skeptical, but willing. 3 weeks later, she smiled and said, "The cramps are better. I sleep through the night, and somehow I feel held." Food, when made with care, can be the most natural form of medicine. Today, I'll show you 5 Japanese collagen soups that may help reduce swelling, ease cramps, and strengthen your muscles after 60. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from and what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Leg swelling and nighttime cramps are 2 of the most common complaints I hear from patients over 60, and yet they're often brushed off as just part of aging. But they're not entirely. Let's start with leg swelling. As we age, the veins in our legs become less efficient at pushing blood back up toward the heart. It's called chronic venous insufficiency, and it's more common than most people realize. Add to that a slower lymphatic system, weaker calf muscles, and longer hours spent sitting, and suddenly fluid begins to collect in the lower legs like a rising tide. Then there are the cramps. Sharp, sudden, and often arriving just when sleep is deepest. Many older adults tell me they're woken at 2 or 3 a.m. with a jolt of pain that shoots down the calf or foot. The most common reasons: low magnesium-potassium imbalance, dehydration. And here's the one most people miss: loss of natural collagen. Collagen isn't just for skin. It supports blood vessels, muscles, tendons, and nerves. After 60, our collagen production drops sharply. This means our tissues lose their bounce flexibility and ability to circulate fluids properly. Muscles cramp more easily, and the repair process slows down. In Western diets, there's little collagen in everyday meals. Most people don't eat fish skin bone broths or simmered tendon. Compare that with Japan, where elders still sip brothy soups with every meal. They eat fish with the bones in, chicken with the skin on. They drink miso soups that have been gently simmering with seaweed and mushrooms rich in minerals and collagen cofactors. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how Japanese-style soups work and why they may be the missing link in your nighttime comfort and daytime strength. When we think of healing, food soup is often the first thing that comes to mind. But in Japan, soup isn't just a comfort, it's a foundation. It's part of a deeper philosophy called shokuiku, which means food education. The idea that food teaches the body how to live well. Japanese elders rarely begin a meal without a bowl of warm broth, not heavy, not creamy, just light, mineral-rich, and deeply nourishing. And they don't just eat soup when they're sick, they eat it to stay well. The magic lies in how these soups are built. Instead of salt-heavy stocks or cream-based chowders, Japanese-style soups begin with a dashi, a gentle broth made from dried seaweed, kombu bonito flakes, and sometimes dried mushrooms. These ingredients are rich in minerals, natural glutamates, which enhance flavor and digestion, and compounds that support the nervous system. What makes these soups special for those over 60 is that they're warm, easy to digest, and packed with building blocks. Your aging body is craving collagen, amino acids, and anti-inflammatory herbs like ginger and scallions. Warm liquids have an almost immediate calming effect on the vagus nerve, which supports digestion, circulation, and even sleep. Unlike cold drinks or dry meals, soup helps the body absorb nutrients more efficiently and relaxes the muscles around the gut and blood vessels. Science agrees. A study published in the journal Nutrition Reviews found that older adults who consume gelatin-rich broths daily experienced fewer joint and muscle cramps. Another paper from Geriatric Nutrition noted that traditional Japanese diets, including daily soup intake, correlated with better mobility scores and reduced swelling in lower limbs. I often say to my patients, "Your stomach is not a furnace anymore, it's a candle. Feed it gently. Japanese-style soups respect that. They don't overpower the body, they support it layer by layer." In the next section, I'll walk you through 5 specific collagen-rich Japanese soups you can try at home. These aren't exotic or complicated. They're simple, soothing, and possibly the kindest gift you can give your legs, your sleep, and your strength after 60. When most people think of soup, they think of something quick from a can. But in Japan, soup is treated with reverence. It simmers slowly. It heals deeply. And for older adults, especially those dealing with leg discomfort, the right soup can become a daily ritual of restoration. Here are 5 collagen-rich Japanese soups that I've seen work wonders in real life, and that you can start making at home no matter where you live. 1. Fish bone broth with miso and daikon radish. It may sound unusual, but in Japan, nothing is wasted, especially not fish bones. When gently simmered fish bones release marine collagen, calcium, and essential minerals like phosphorus and magnesium, all vital for strong blood vessels and muscle function. Miso adds fermented power full of probiotics that support gut health and reduce inflammation. Daikon, a white radish, acts as a natural diuretic, gently easing fluid retention in the legs. In Okinawa, elders sip this broth every morning. It's clear, light, and surprisingly comforting. 2. Chicken wing soup with shiitake mushrooms and wakame. Chicken wing skin and all are a fantastic source of type 2 collagen, which supports joint cushioning and muscle recovery. Simmered slowly with shiitake mushrooms and dried wakame seaweed, this soup becomes a mineral powerhouse. Wakame contains fucoidan, a compound known for improving circulation and reducing inflammation. Shiitake adds beta-glucans that strengthen the immune system. One of my patients calls this her evening leg rescue. She swears the swelling in her ankles improved within 2 weeks. 3. Nikogori, Kyushu-style pork skin jelly soup. This is a more traditional, even old-fashioned dish, but it's beloved in rural parts of Japan. Pork skin is simmered slowly with ginger and scallions until it becomes gelatinous. Once cooled, it sets into a delicate jelly that melts in your mouth when reheated. Nikogori is rich in type 1 collagen, which supports skin elasticity, blood vessel strength, and deep tissue repair. I recommend a small portion daily, just a few spoonfuls at dinner. It's one of the most concentrated natural sources of collagen I've seen. 4. Soybean broth with kombu and green onions. For those avoiding meat, this plant-forward soup still offers deep nourishment. Soybeans are rich in protein, and genistein, a natural compound that helps maintain bone density. Kombu kelp adds iodine and trace minerals, supporting thyroid health and metabolic balance. This soup is gentle on digestion, warming to the core, and perfect for early mornings when legs feel stiff or heavy. 5. Oxtail and ginger soup, Japanese style. In the colder parts of Japan, elders prepare oxtail with ginger, garlic, and leeks in a slow-simmered broth that can take 4 to 6 hours. The result? A deeply flavorful soup loaded with collagen, iron, and warming spices. The ginger improves circulation. The oxtail provides long-chain amino acids for muscle repair, and the broth itself feels like a hug from the inside. One patient told me, "This soup made me feel like I could walk further again." These soups aren't just recipes, they're rituals. They combine the wisdom of slow cooking with the science of collagen and circulation. Even one small bowl a day can offer real relief and, over time, real change. In the next section, I'll share a story about a woman in Hiroshima who began walking again after making soup part of her daily rhythm. You won't want to miss it. The story of a woman in Hiroshima who walked again. Her name was Yumi, 83 years old, soft-spoken, and living alone in a small wooden house just outside Hiroshima. When I met her through a community health program, she was using a cane and barely. Her legs had grown stiff, her ankles swollen, her back curved not just from age but from years of quiet struggle. She told me she used to walk every morning just down to the corner shop, but after a long, humid summer, something changed. Her legs felt heavier. She began waking with cramps so intense she'd cry out. By autumn, she had stopped walking altogether. In many cases like this, people reach for painkillers or resign themselves to a wheelchair. But Yumi was different. She believed in the wisdom of old things. I don't want to fight my body, she told me. I want to care for it. So we started with soup. Every morning she began simmering a small pot of broth bones, miso daikon ginger. Sometimes she'd add a piece of chicken skin or dried fish. Nothing fancy, but she made it herself with hands that still remembered cooking for her children decades ago. She sipped the soup, slowly seated on a cushion by the window. She called it her healing time. No distractions, just warmth, breath, and nourishment. At first, nothing changed, but by week 3, the swelling had lessened. By week 5, the cramps had almost disappeared. And by the end of the second month, Yumi was walking again, first down the hallway, then outside. One day, she made it all the way to the corner shop and back. I remember her calling me after that walk. Her voice was soft but steady. It wasn't fast, she said, but I didn't need my cane. What changed? Not just collagen, not just minerals, though those helped. What changed was consistency care and the act of feeding her body something warm, digestible, and kind. That's the part we often miss. Healing isn't about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing one small thing over and over with love, and in Yumi's case, it was soup. In the next part, I'll show you how to bring this healing into your own kitchen, starting with how to find the right ingredients even in an American grocery store. You don't have to live in Japan or even have a Japanese market nearby to start making these collagen-rich soups at home. With just a few simple ingredients, most of which you can find at your local grocery store or online, you can begin building the foundation for better circulation, stronger muscles, and calmer sleep. Here's how to get started. 1. Bones are your base. For fish bone broth, look for wild-caught fish heads or bones at an Asian grocery store or fish market. Salmon heads, snapper bones, or even small dried anchovies work well. For poultry chicken wings, drumsticks or thighs with skin and bones are ideal. The skin provides extra collagen. If you're going with beef, ask your butcher for oxtail marrow bones or knuckle bones. They're loaded with connective tissue. Tip freeze bones you don't use right away. You can save them over time and make a big batch of broth when you're ready. 2. The Japanese staples. Even in a regular supermarket, you might find these traditional ingredients in the Asian aisle. Miso paste. Choose unpasteurized organic if possible. White miso is sweeter and milder, perfect for beginners. Kombu dried kelp, a key ingredient in dashi. High in iodine and minerals, it adds umami and digestive support. Dried shiitake mushrooms, rich in flavor and immune-boosting compounds. Wakame, a type of seaweed that expands in water. It's soft, easy to digest, and supports circulation. If your store doesn't carry these, they're widely available online through Amazon Thrive Market or Japanese food retailers. 3. Vegetables that heal. Some of the best additions to collagen soups are already in your kitchen. Daikon radish helps with fluid retention and digestion. Scallions and leeks gently stimulate circulation and add brightness. Ginger and garlic, natural anti-inflammatories that warm the body and support blood flow. You don't need to make a complicated recipe. Even a simple broth with chicken wings, ginger, and miso can bring noticeable results if you enjoy it daily. Bonus tip: invest in a slow cooker or instant pot. It makes collagen extraction easy and effortless. Just set it and forget it. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's warmth, repetition, and care. Even the most basic broth, when made with love, becomes powerful. In the next section, I'll show you 3 daily habits borrowed from Japanese elders that can work hand in hand with your new soup ritual to ease swelling, prevent cramps, and restore comfort to your legs. 3. Simple Japanese habits that boost the power of collagen. Soup is powerful, but healing truly happens when food meets movement, breath, and rhythm. That's why in Japan, meals are not separate from lifestyle, they flow together. Many of the elders I've met there live not just long lives, but comfortable ones. Their secret: they combine nourishing meals with small, consistent habits that support circulation, reduce swelling, and calm the body. Here are 3 practices I often recommend to my patients, each one simple, grounding, and deeply effective when paired with a daily collagen-rich soup. 1. Gentle seiza, modified Japanese sitting posture. In traditional Japanese homes, people often sit on the floor in a posture called seiza, kneeling with legs folded underneath. While full seiza isn't always practical for older joints, a modified version can offer surprising benefits. Try this sit on a cushion or low bench with your knees bent and feet tucked loosely behind you. This position stretches the tops of your feet and gently encourages blood flow back up the legs. Just 2 to 3 minutes a day, especially after soup, can reduce fluid pooling and relieve ankle stiffness. One patient of mine began using this posture during evening tea. After a week, she noticed less tingling in her feet and more ease when standing. 2. Nightly foot. Soaks with ginger warmth is medicine in Japanese culture, and for tired legs, there's nothing more calming than a 15-minute foot soak before bed. Add a few slices of fresh ginger to a small tub of warm water. Let it steep for 5 minutes, then soak your feet. Ginger stimulates circulation, while warm water draws blood downward, reducing swelling and preventing those middle-of-the-night cramps. This simple ritual also signals to the nervous system that it's time to rest. You'll likely sleep deeper, and your legs will thank you in the morning. 3. Morning. Shin-kokyu, deep belly, breathing and stretch. Before breakfast, or even before getting out of bed, try a minute of shin-kokyu, or deep breathing. Place your hands on your lower belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, letting your belly rise. Hold for 2 counts, then exhale gently for 6 counts. This isn't just relaxing, it encourages better oxygen flow, supports lymph drainage, and helps wake up stiff legs. Pair this with a light calf stretch point and flex your toes, or do gentle ankle circles, and you create a morning routine that sets your entire lower body in motion. None of these habits require special tools, strength, or flexibility. They simply ask for presence, patience, and care. And when done alongside a warm bowl of nourishing soup, they work together like the threads of a well-woven fabric to hold your body in balance. Coming up next, we'll talk about why collagen from food is often better than supplements, especially for older adults, and how your body knows exactly what to do with it. Why collagen from soup works better than pills. After 60. Many of my patients ask me, can't I just take a collagen pill? And my answer is always the same: you can. But there's something uniquely powerful about getting collagen the traditional way, through real warm food. Let me explain why. 1. Your digestive system changes after 60. As we age, our stomach acid naturally decreases. That makes it harder to break down dense protein supplements or capsules. Some collagen powders sit heavy in the gut or pass through without being fully absorbed. In contrast, soup is pre-digested by the slow simmering process. The collagen in bones, skin, and tendons has already been gently broken down into gelatin and amino acids your body can use immediately. It's liquid, warm, and easy on the stomach, especially important for older adults with sensitive digestion. 2. Your body absorbs more. When food is warm and moist. Traditional Chinese and Japanese medicine both recognize that the body welcomes nourishment better in warm, moist forms. Western science is catching up. A study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that nutrient absorption is often higher when food is cooked slowly and consumed warm because enzymes work more effectively in those conditions. Cold pills or powders, by contrast, can trigger gut irritation or simply pass through without benefit. 3. Collagen from soup. Comes with what your body needs to use it. Here's something most supplement companies don't tell you. Collagen needs cofactors to work well. That means your body requires vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, and other nutrients to turn collagen into usable tissue. Japanese-style soups naturally include these helpers. Miso provides magnesium and fermented compounds that boost digestion. Seaweed and mushrooms supply trace minerals. Vegetables like daikon and scallion offer enzymes and hydration. Ginger and garlic increase circulation, delivering nutrients exactly where they're needed. That's a full system of support, not just one isolated ingredient. 4. Food connects you to healing, not just nutrients. There's something healing about cooking for yourself, sipping slowly, feeling the warmth in your chest. It's not just the collagen, it's the experience of feeding your body with intention. One of my patients once said, "When I take a pill, I forget it by lunch. But when I make soup, I remember I'm doing something kind for myself." And that mindset matters. It becomes a form of daily care, a signal to your body that it's safe, supported, and ready to heal. Coming up next, we'll wrap everything together with a few gentle reminders and one simple question for you to reflect on before you begin. If you've made it this far, thank you for listening, for caring, and for being open to something new. I want to leave you with this. Healing doesn't always come in big, dramatic moments. Sometimes it comes in the quiet. A warm bowl in your hands, the scent of broth rising in the steam, a small step forward that no one sees but you. Whether your legs are swollen today, your sleep is broken, or you simply feel tired in a way you can't quite describe, please remember you are not stuck. Your body is listening, and with the right care, it can begin to feel better again. Start small. 1 bowl of soup, 1 foot soak, 1 deep breath before breakfast. That's all it takes to begin. And before we go, I'd love to ask you one last thing. Which of the 5 soups will you try first? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear what speaks to you. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. We'll keep exploring gentle, natural ways to care for your body together. Medical note: this video is for educational purposes only. Health-related information on YouTube may not apply to everyone and is not medical advice. If you have concerns about your health, please consult your doctor. If you believe you are experiencing a medical emergency, call your local emergency number immediately.